Ukrainian farewell to hero Jonathan Tseng from Taiwan. China's COVID frustration sparked unrest in Guangzhou. One suspect dead in rare bank robbery in Shandong. Canadian police charged battery researcher with China espionage. Buffett's Berkshire discloses $4.1 billion TSMC stake. Bezos pledges to give away the majority of his fortune to charity. China sends more students to U.S. universities than any other nation. Republicans hesitant to blame Trump for midterm losses.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on FUNDAY News. It is Wednesday, November 16th, and here are your top stories. On November 14th, the mayor of Lviv, Andrei Sadovyi, announced, "Today in Lviv, we said goodbye to the hero, who was not Ukrainian by blood, but gave his life for Ukraine." 25-year-old Taiwanese Tseng Jonathan Tseng died defending Ukraine. The Ukrainian media reported that Jonathan died from blood loss while wounded in battlefield in the Luhansk region. The farewell ceremony for Tseng took place on November 14th at 2 p.m. at the Garrison Church of the Holy Apostle Peter and Paul, Reinach Square.
Джонатану Ценгу нещодавно виповнилося 25 років. З 2017
The Ukrainian media said that Tseng was born in Taiwan. In 2015, the man graduated from the Suwei Senior High School in Hualien. From March 2017 to 2021, he served in the Taiwanese Armed Forces. At the beginning of a full-scale war, Tseng voluntarily joined the armed forces of Ukraine. The Ukrainian media said that the man told his comrades that he had come to fight on the side of good, for Ukraine and her people. He died performing a combat mission on November 2nd in Liman.
A wave of video that went viral on Twitter showed crowds of people in Guangzhou crashing through COVID barriers and marching down streets in chaotic scenes of public resentment over coronavirus curbs on Monday night. The videos depicted noisy scenes in Guangzhou's Zhuhai district of people charging down streets, remonstrating with workers in white hazmat suits, and engaging in confrontation with the police.
Guangzhou has reported 4,648 new COVID-confirmed cases recently, and many residential compounds in the city have been locked down for more than 20 days. In the Zhuhai district, most residents living in Kanle village and other urban villages are workers from other provinces. After their life, work, and income was impacted by strict restrictions for over 20 days, many of angry residents took to the streets on Monday night to demand the government restore some semblance of normalcy.
According to the police in Tai'an city of Shandong, one suspect was shot dead after a standoff with the police. A hostage the suspect held in a bank in Taisan district was safely rescued. Police said at about 12 p.m. on Tuesday, November 15th, a person was reported holding a weapon in the bank requesting for money while taking one person in the bank as hostage. After the police arrived on the scene and warned the anxious and emotional suspect, police shot the perpetrator and saved the hostage.
A video posted on YouTube showed some police cars and a line of heavily armed officers were on the scene. It was reported snipers were also on standby close to the bank. The people who recorded the video also reported that gunshot was heard, and later an ambulance moved into a cordon area. From the video, paramedics took a stretcher out of the bank at about 1:12 p.m. Police said the identity and the cause of the bank robbery is under investigation.
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, announced that a 35-year-old HydroQuebec employee who worked on battery materials research has been charged with espionage for allegedly obtaining trade secrets for China. Following an investigation that began in August, RCMP arrested Yuesheng Wang of Candiac, Quebec. The RCMP said Wang also faces charges of unauthorized use of a computer, fraud for obtaining trade secrets, and breach of trust by a public officer.
Il s'agit de la première fois que cette accusation est déposée au Canada. Il fait également face à 3 chefs d'accusation.
The media said Wang conducted research on battery materials at the HydroQuebec Center of Excellence in Transportation, Electrification, and Energy Storage. The unit develops advanced technologies for electric vehicles and energy storage systems. But HydroQuebec said in a news release he did not have access to information related to HydroQuebec's core mission. RCMP said it's the first time such a charge has been laid in the country.
Today is Tuesday. Commercial.
Traveler 是旅行者。
I have to wait for Clay.
So he or she is at the Columbia Towers Hotel gift store. 所以他在这个饭店的礼品店，然后他要买东西。Okay, so let's take this chance and listen to the.
学习让生活充满乐趣。FUNDAY 英语。
The media reported in a rare significant foray into the technology sector, billionaire Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway bought more than $4.1 billion of stock in Taiwan's semiconductor manufacturer, TSMC. In a Monday regulatory filing describing its U.S.-listed equity investment as of September 30th, Berkshire said it owned about 60.1 million American depository receipts of TSMC. The media said that about 2.5 months ago, Berkshire began reducing its multi-billion-dollar stakes in BYD, China's largest electric car company.
The media said that while Berkshire does not normally make big technology bets, it often prefers companies it perceives to have competitive advantages, often through their size. TSMC, which makes chips for the likes of Apple, Qualcomm, and NVIDIA, posted an 80% jump in quarterly profit last month. The news of the multi-billion-dollar Berkshire investment sent shares in TSMC up more than 6% in Taiwan on Tuesday, as it boosted investor sentiment for the world's largest contract chipmaker.
In an interview with his girlfriend, Lauren Sanchez, the Amazon founder told CNN that he planned to give away most of his estimated $124 billion fortune. Bezos said that he planned to dedicate the bulk of this fortune to fighting the climate crisis and supporting people who could unify humanity. He said that the hard part of giving this money away was figuring out how to do it in a levered way. The couple were building the capacity to be able to give away this money.
This takes some risk off the table. If you're a small business, maybe delay some capital purchases. Do you really need that new piece of equipment? Maybe it can wait a little bit.
Bezos said there are a bunch of ways that I think you could do ineffective things too. So you have to think about it carefully, and you have to have brilliant people on the team. Bezos' ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott, signed the Given Pledge in 2019 and has since become one of the leading philanthropists in the U.S. As of March this year, Scott had given away a total of $12.5 billion. Some of the world's richest people have signed the Given Pledge to donate the majority of their wealth to charity.
According to annual State Department survey made public on Monday, China continues to send more students to study at U.S. universities last year than any other nation. A total of 290,086 Chinese students came to U.S. institutes of higher education for undergraduate study, graduate work, and short-term postgraduate employment in the 2021 to 2022 academic year. On the other hand, the number of American students studying in China had already been falling steadily over the last decade, before it plunged during the pandemic.
I've been in the United States since 8th grade. That was in 2014. So this is my 6th year in the United States.
The report revealed last year 109,492 Chinese undergraduates study in the U.S., while the population of Chinese graduate students in the U.S. grew by 3.6%, up to 123,182. According to the survey, half of the Chinese students came to the U.S. to study math, computer science, engineering, and other STEM subjects. An expert said Chinese students do not necessarily come to the U.S. because they love America or are interested in it. They want to get American degrees and use them to get better jobs back home.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump's niece, Mary Trump, told MSNBC on Sunday that he would burn everything down if Republicans turned their back on him after the 2022 midterm elections. Mary Trump, a longtime and vocal critic of her uncle, said the former president is the most dangerous person to the Republican Party right now. Mary Trump's comments come after Republicans failed to make the sweeping gain they had hoped for during the 2022 midterm elections. Some candidates endorsed by Trump did not win their races.
The media said that failure prompted many GOP members to blame Trump for their poor performance. Mary Trump also told MSNBC that Trump could beat Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in a potential contest for the Republican 2024 nomination. Mary Trump said of DeSantis, he doesn't have any charisma, which unfortunately Donna does have, she said. And Donna made it clear last week that he's perfectly comfortable digging up dirt. Well, he might already have dirt.
FUNDAY News will help sharpen your English skills while keeping you informed on current international events. Tune into our other FUNDAY programs to learn more about the world's most important topics in English. Click the link below now to join FUNDAY for free. I am Wade Lee, your host. I'll see you next time.